I've been a consistent conservative through my time as leader of the party in the United States Congress and as governor. And now I bring that same vigor to a fight in another battle, and that battle is for the future of our country and the soul of our party.
A big day on the Bentonville Square. Former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson announcing his bid for president in 2024.
5 News reporter Catherine Gilker joins us live with a closer look at what Hutchinson's focus will be on the campaign trail. Catherine.
Former Governor Asa Hutchinson made the announcement this morning on the stairs of the Benton County Courthouse behind me. He says he's running for president of the United States because he knows the best of America is ahead of us. In his campaign for president, Asa Hutchinson says he stands alone in terms of his experience, his record, and his leadership. He has been in Congress, the DEA, and Homeland Security.
I have served our country in times of crisis. As governor of Arkansas, we cut taxes and created record surpluses. We increased pay for teachers. We reduced regulations. We recruited industry, and the private sector grew by over 100,000 jobs.
Hutchinson says we need to get our economy back on track, stop the break-the-bank federal spending that has led to high inflation and rising interest rates. He says he balanced Arkansas's budget all 8 years as governor, and while in Congress helped balance the federal budget, and says it's high time it's done again.
This campaign is about courage. It is about making the tough decisions to rebuild our economy, to give peace a chance through America's strength, and to renew the American spirit of freedom, opportunity, and the rule of law.
He says we need to secure our southern border and we must embrace the dignity of work. He also says he will open the doors for more worker training and better pay, but it will require able-bodied welfare recipients to work.
As a nation, we have proven resilient in our democracy, and we have endured through times of war and hardship. And I am confident we will even survive through the destructive policies of the Biden administration. But the time for change is now. It is time to bring out the best of America.
If elected, Hutchinson plans to expand computer science in schools like he did here in Arkansas into every grade in America. He also wants to focus on creating more engineers and scientists so that we can compete with China. I'm live in Bentonville covering news where you live. Catherine Gilker, 5 News.
All right, Catherine, thanks. Hutchinson has decades of history in politics, serving at the local, state, and federal level. In 1982, he began work as U.S. Attorney in Fort Smith after he was nominated to that job by then President Reagan. From 1997 to 2001, he was a congressman serving the 3rd District, even served as an impeachment manager in the case against President Bill Clinton, then went on to work under George W. Bush as DEA administrator and an undersecretary at the Department of Homeland Security. Most recently, he served, of course, 2 full terms as Arkansas's governor. New at 6, a local political expert gives us a breakdown on a former governor Hutchinson's position on the presidential race.
5 News reporter Rachel Williams continues our team coverage live, joining us with the latest. Rachel.
I'm here at the University of Arkansas Fort Smith, and I spoke to a political science professor, and he says as of now, Hutchinson's position in the polling in the race is less than 1%, and that doesn't hold a lot of weight for the GOP. Associate Professor Dr. Yamcam explains it as Hutchinson is polling at 0.8%. Yamcam says Hutchinson needs to find a way to connect with voters in a powerful way. As far as concerns about the Biden and Trump rematch, Dr. Yamcam says Hutchinson is banking on Republican voters who are ready to move on from Trump. As a moderate Republican, the former governor does have a unique position.
It would be good, but in the general election. Because in the general election, independents play a huge role because you have about 11% of them, and they can make and break the race. However, you cannot become the nominee unless you satisfy the base.
Dr. Yamkamp wants to emphasize that anything is possible during the presidential race, and tonight at 10 I'll have a full breakdown on his position in the presidential race. But for now, I'm live in Fort Smith, covering news where you live. Rachel Williams, 5 News.
Thank you. You are all so special just for being here and rallying us on in this big adventure, the biggest ever.
That's former Arkansas First Lady speaking at today's campaign kickoff event, reflecting on her family's history in Benton County and what people showing up to support Asa's 2024 presidential campaign means to them. 5 News reporter Jose Carranza has been following the reaction to Asa Hutchinson's presidential announcement all day.
Yeah, though he served the entire state, the former governor has lifelong ties to 5 country. Jose?
Yeah, we're at Springdale High School, where Asa Hutchinson says everything started for his political awareness. Asa says that it was in Bentonville where his career began, and that no one has ever announced a presidential campaign from the city. Supporters from all around the state showed up at the square for this announcement. Wilma Donnelly was one, coming from Little Rock. She says she supports him because of his character, telling his office already for 2 years that he should run. And that's all despite her saying she's a strong Democrat and has worked for former Governor Bill Clinton.
I really was trained how to be non-divisive in his office. So it's time out, you know, for that. It's time out for now. The country is suffering.
Now, with Asa Hutchinson making his announcement official, he's going to be running against former President Donald Trump in the Republican Party race. Many in attendance shared the same sentiments with the former governor, saying that they hope Donald Trump chooses not to run. Live in Springdale, covering news where we live, Jose Carranza, 5 News.
All right, Jose, thanks. Of course, you can watch all of our coverage of the former governor's 2024 announcement today in Bentonville, streaming right now on our free 5 News app, on our website, 5newsonline.com. We also have all your coverage of the presidential race leading up to next year's primaries.